All right, so it's vlog 32, I think. But it's not. Whatever. I'm not feeling well. Not just because of the MECFS, but also I've had like not a head cold or I've had something. I've been like hawking up a lot of things, and I think it's just the weather um, that could be doing it. I think I've had like just a little bit of a chest cold, which I was worried at first was like COVID because I had like a sore throat. Sore throat kind of went away. Now I'm just sort of left with like the sniffles a bit. So it's probably just a cold, I guess, which is maybe a good sign that my immune system is still doing things. Because originally I thought like my immune system was just shot, which it is. But and I'm wearing my University of Edinburgh hoodie, which I did attend because I had a stress dream about it last night or this morning rather, and it was just like I couldn't find like the same kind of stress dreams you have about school or whatever. I couldn't find like any of my classes. I was just late. It was like the first day, and I was like, I don't know where anything is. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. But also, part of me was excited because I was like, oh, I'm back in school. School's fun. There's like very few responsibilities. All you have to do is like read and write, go to class, like get drunk, and have fun, and like go sightseeing, which is what I did. Anyways, this is vlog 32. Stop running these fucking stories on Emmy's CFS. So there are good stories like in media about MECFS, like what the disease is about, how it impacts people, maybe how it impacts the economy or something, maybe some research news, um, possibly about like the long scandalous history of it being ignored and psychologized, et cetera, and so forth. And then there are stories about like people's recoveries that have nothing to do with anything. So the Guardian ran a story and it's fucking awful. Now, listen, the story. I'm gonna bring it up because I'm gonna read from it. Now, the story is not like uncommon. It's like one we've heard of before, right? So this lady had ME. She was bedbound for years. But look at the fucking title. A potted plant helped me rebuild my life. And it's like, no, the fuck, it didn't. I could already tell you it didn't. I could tell you that this probably was uh, not all the information that we got, right? Um, so she is, she's left in this state, which I feel bad for her about. And and then she says, then one day, my dear mom brought me breakfast. And on the tray was a tiny, beautiful potted plant topped with dense heads of small coral pink flowers. Something for you to look after, she explained. Looking at her in disbelief, I thought, I can't even shower myself. How the hell am I supposed to look after that? But on my windowsill it sat. And you know what? That little plant changed everything. Helpless as a baby, just as I had been, it needed me for everything. So when I woke up each day, it was the first thing I would check on. Did it need water? Did its leaves need to be wiped? Did it need to be fed? Did it need more sun, more shade? Okay, you get it. And so the rest of it is starts going outside, and she says, "I had to return to my past to move forward," which is just okay, whatever. That let me tell you something. I do a lot of academic writing every single day and a lot of research every single day because that was my past life. That does not help me get well, right? There may be something to say about soil therapy. I've heard of this before. I knew someone who worked on a farm and who was writing their master's thesis on like soil therapy and there was some merit to it, you know. Um, and she seems to be maybe reiterating some of that. I needed that connection to nature, which I had taken for granted as a child and lost as an adult. My body needed it. My mind needed it. If I were ever to find peace, I needed it. Um, okay, but this doesn't explain like how you stopped having crashes. It doesn't explain how what kind of if you were experiencing crashes during this time. It just says that she just started gardening and she got better. That's basically it. That's the gist of the story, right? Starting out, all I could manage was 5 minutes a week. All right, so this is just not graded exercise therapy, but it's a form of graded exercise therapy on a scale of not exercise but just activity, right? It's graded activity therapy, right? So she did 5 minutes and 10 minutes and 20 minutes upwards. Some days the gardening activity was to sit in the chair for half an hour, watch the bees, listen to the sounds, and enjoy the scent of my flowers, but that was okay. Over the next 10 years, gardening helped me rebuild my life. So it was a long process. It wasn't overnight. As my plants grew stronger, so did I. As my garden grew bigger, so did my world. My illness had robbed me of my health, confidence, and joy. Getting back to my roots, to gardening and growing food again, gave them back to me. I give thanks every day for the tiny, beautiful potted plant that led me back to gardening and back to life. So that's a stupid fucking story. I mean, again, you're happy. I mean, I guess, yeah. You know, the funny thing, I'm not going to lie. I'm not happy for this person because it sounds like a bullshit story. I'm not happy for the person who wrote it. I'm not happy for it being out there and me getting exposure because all it does is now say to other people and gives them license to go, oh, you know what you need to do? You just need to go outside more. You need to get more sun. You need to connect more with nature. That's what you've been missing. And I was like, that's what I was doing before this. So why didn't it prevent me from getting sick? Why don't you answer that question? How come I didn't not get sick because I was in nature all the time? Shouldn't that have shielded me from this? Why would it make me get better all of a sudden? What seems more likely to me is that over 10 years, she just got better. That seems more likely. What would have been, I think, uh, more of a bullshit story to make me think she didn't have ME at all was if she just started like planting flowers and potting plants and doing gardening, and like in a couple of months or weeks, she was magically better. That would be just a telltale sign of like I have depression or something else, right? The fact that it took 10 years makes me believe it. I just don't like the implications of that is what the thing that made her get better. Because no one else would prescribe gardening for this debilitating of an illness. Imagine if you went to your doctor, right? You have pain everywhere in your body. You're fatigued. You can't sleep. You're having trouble breathing, right? Um, your autonomic nervous system is no longer functioning. Your heart is racing all the time. Your vision's blurry, and you have ringing in your ears, and your brain feels like it's on fire and it's swelling. And your doctor's like, "Have you considered how green is your thumb? Like, if you and they just prescribed you like building an arboretum or something. It's fucking absurd, right? And the balls of these fucking newspapers to publish this without any. I mean, even if it's just a feel good op-ed or something like that, or a feel good story or like that, it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel like dog shit. It makes me feel very angry. And these are the kinds of stories that like they have to stop publishing. Okay. It's not that I'm not interested in recovery stories. I'm interested in recovery stories if they have some sort of like follow up to them and like actual like biomedical like follow up. Like, can this be verified that this is what got her better? No, of course not. Right? Do we even have studies like that? Very few from what I've seen. So these stories don't help us at all. It makes us more susceptible to the wellness industry. It makes us more invisible to governments than we already are because they're just like, wow, this person got better through sunshine and rainbows and happy thoughts. Have you considered like getting a rhododendron? Like suck my dick. Absolutely suck my fucking cock, you pieces of shit. I hate these. I hate this fucking illness. I hate this illness, and I hate everything that's associated with it. Too many good people are suffering from this, and too many people are dying from this fucking thing for me to have to read another one of these fucking bullshit fucking I got better stories through nature. Like, fuck you. All right, that's the end. That's it. That's all I have. Maybe 10, almost just got under 10 minutes.